Buongiorno.
Buenos dias.
Konnichiwa.
Zdravo.
Hello.
Hello. Hey guys, it's Stefan.
And Mal.
And this is Eurovision.
Our Euro-dishin recap of Eurovision Copenhagen 2014.
Enjoy. I like Armenia because they sound like a question as much as a country. They sound like a question that women on a hen's night would ask when walking into a pub. I'm in here. I'm in here. Yes, they are. And please put down your penis straw.
He looks like a junkie.
He does.
I think he's cleaned my windscreens before on Huddle Street.
You can see
I'm not quite sure, but
he is performing in Copenhagen tonight, but tomorrow and for the next several weeks you will see him at the intersection of Punt and Swan Street.
We Are Slavic. What a great name.
This was actually from the Polish Academy Award nominated film 7 Years a Slavic. Awkward moments backstage ensued, of course, as the Russian grandmothers, winners from 2 years ago, actually punched on with the Ukrainian contestants from this year.
And stole their costumes.
Now, Poland raising that question, did the Russian grandmothers have granddaughters who migrated to Poland? I've got to say though, Poland, when the best you can do as an act for Eurovision is to show that you are able to make washing sexy, I judge you, but I also love you. The way that she poured that water, I'm just going to say, this is pretty much Poland's take on Flashdance. If she sits down on a chair in the middle of the stage, pulls that, and some water drops from a wooden bucket down a washboard onto her face,
the night is young.
I gotta be honest, Poland, I would love it.
No!
That's
Stop.
decidedly.
Oh no!
That's just.
How did that even make it through?
Wow.
Wowza! She can come and do your washing any day, Stefan, I reckon.
I don't think she should, because if she keeps going like that, it's only gonna get dirtier.
What if God was one of us?
It really does sound like that.
Okay, let's pretend we're on The Voice, right? And this person's come out on the stage and you can't see what they look like. A, would you turn around? And B, what would you expect if you did turn around?
I would expect a 7-year-old blonde German boy.
Would you turn around?
I would turn around and I'd be a little bit disappointed.
And then I would try to not convince them to be on my team. You know what? Ricky's really good. You should totally go on Ricky's team.
This guy seems like the kind of guy that would have disappointed a lot of people in Norway's versions of blind dating shows. Do you know what's really disappointing about him? Ultimately, what I'm going to say about this singer is, it's a very, very sad day that as a chubby man who looks like he could be a biker in Norway, you're still singing in a higher pitch and have less facial hair than the he/she entrant from Austria. Norway, I don't want to tell you that you don't belong here, but a large number of the letters in your country spell no way. So just follow that advice and follow your heart.
Can I just say Greece, I think, is so hot.
Alright, I'm putting it out there.
Yeah.
These guys look about as Greek as I do. So I have a theory that this is just a way of Greece slowly getting rid of people who have stayed behind on Kentucky far too long. Okay, you're really good, Anthony. You're really good. But I think if you could learn to dance and sing a bit, we send you to Copenhagen and you never come back.
It's a catchy song, I'll give him that.
Yep, catchy. So is Herbie's. I gotta be honest, with all of the black leather that these guys are rocking, I think they've forgotten they're here as part of Grease the Nation and not Grease the Musical. This looks like the sort of thing that would happen if you invited the Wiggles to perform at your event, but you demanded that they dress in formal attire.
You know what Ukraine is? Ukraine. You cray.
Kanye West and Jay-Z actually all petitioned to have them not be allowed to perform under that name and decided if they changed the name to You So Crane, that shit's so crane. You know that times are tough in Ukraine when this is what a treadmill looks like in a Ukrainian gym. All I want to know is, if it's not over until the fat lady sings, what is it when the bearded lady sings.
The beginning.
I will say this, I did not know that George Calombaris and Helen Kapelos had a child.
I just feel really confused by her because I find I find it really pretty.
I find it dangerous because it's really just flying in the face of that theory. If there's no Adam's apple, it's a girl. Because there's a beard and there's a strange voice, but there's no Adam's apple. And I still don't want to kiss it.
I reckon that's me on a good day. If I just didn't shave, I could be on Eurovision.
I didn't know Jedward had 6 other brothers. Sorry, 5 other brothers.
This is 1D in Finnish. Finnish? Is that how you say it?
Fin direction.
Fin direction. Their suits is everything that's wrong with Australia. I've just never seen anyone here rock it.
I haven't seen this many silver jackets and white shoes to match since the last Macedonian wedding I attended. 2 points.
Do you know who this guy actually looks like? Do you remember the wedding singer? He's losing his mind, and I'm reaping all the benefits.
They say hindsight is 20/20. Well, then Eurovision is 0-0. I think the lesson here is, and this is what anyone should take away, because there's not too much you want to take away from this performance. When in Romania, do not do as the Romanians. Belarus, of course, referencing Jennifer Graham Patrick Swayze there from Dirty Dancing. In Belarus's defense, in Belarus, Dirty Dancing is actually still a new release movie.
Okay, I'm just going to say it. If you have 5 guys singing about a cheesecake, I'm going to say it's not a cheesecake, more a cock and bush.
You know what? I will say this, another observation about some of these performers, and Belarus is really demonstrating it. Times are tough in Europe, but it appears that everyone still has a lot of money for hair product.
Oh my god, what does it look like? He's learning how to walk. He's a baby fowl.
You know,
he's a fowl.
Like if John Wayne was a crab and had to walk sideways but keep doing his walk, that's exactly what he would look like. San Marino joins a long list of countries, i.e. Luxembourg, Liechtenstein and Montenegro, under the title of How Do We Let You Be a Country? Given that their entire power grid is probably powered by the guy who was running on the hamster wheel for Ukraine's performance. I wouldn't be surprised if San Marino didn't even have a song prepared for this. They were even like, we don't even know why we're here. I don't even know if that's how an accent sounds for San Marino. No one does. Where is San Marino?
I don't know.
More than half of your country's title is a type of sheep. Think about that. See, this is another flaw in San Marino's performance. If people already, A, can't believe you're a country, B, couldn't point you out on a map, could you at least consider singing in your country's national tongue? So
we got a feeling for
so that we have an idea of what it might be. Because now I just kind of think that everyone that is from San Marino lives in the ocean, sings in English and has red hair. Interesting fact about San Marino's performance, the stage is actually bigger than the nation of San Marino.
Who do you reckon he's having sex with?
I would say the girl on the roller skates, but it just seems like she's really hard to pin down. Or should I say, really hard to pin down.
I'll play it, that's good.
I don't know what he's singing about, but I'm pretty sure it's something relating to the hazards of putting your head out the car window on your way to a performance.
2 words. Les Mis.
And you know what? Watching this performance is making me a little Les Miserable. I kind of feel like if Johnny Cash and Taylor Swift had kids, this is exactly how they would look. I didn't realise the Netherlands were actually located in Texas. You know what this is kind of like? Netherlands has done this thing where you've got 2 singers singing to each other and completely ignoring the audience, which is kind of like being out on a double date while the other 2 people are just making out at the table and you're like, so what do you think about the risotto? Thank you to the Amish community of the Netherlands who donated
their wardrobe
his hat and
for
wardrobe.
Tonight's performance.
See, the way he lifted it was very Mexican, very mariachi.
Where's the cluckers?
Spain do two things well: bullfighting and paella. And I don't see any rice or matadors on the stage, so please put down the microphone and return to Barcelona. This is the silliest thing I have heard come out of Spain since the unique Spanish lisp, which doesn't allow them to say Barcelona.
Barcelona.
Spain, a super performance on SBS. Alright, I know we made a joke earlier about Ukraine and Russia not doing a duet, but I think it would be a crime against Europe and comedy in general if Hungary was not followed by a performance from the Danish. The Hungary and Danish go together like Aussies and meat pies, like Trinidad and Tobago.
Do you know what the capital of Hungary is?
Budapest.
No. Fries.
Nice. Nice.
This is like if Craig David lived in Hungary.
This looks like the singers that Il Divo rejects. These guys look like they raided Bruno Mars's tour wardrobe.
No, their hair's joined. I'm losing my mind.
See, this is just laughing in the face of people suffering with Siamese.
They're joined. Smoke machine. I'll respect that they have a smoke machine. Nothing shouts out Europe more than a smoke machine.
If I saw these girls in a playground, I'd be like, you know what? Decide if you want to sing or if you want to have a go on the seesaw. You cannot have both.
What part of Russia do you reckon they're from?
Interesting fact about these girls, they are students and they are from the Russian village of Undergrad.
Like, I feel like if I walked through Malta's streets, this is what I would find at a corner.
I feel like they're going to get a call from Mumford & Sons lawyers in the morning.
It's Malta & Sons. I don't know what you're complaining about. It's different.
If that's what guitars look like in Malta, then guitarists must get no girls in Malta.
Throw us your pick. I do not have one. I use my fingers.
It looks like he just snapped the masts off a model ship and went, hey, I am playing Captain Cook's Endeavour. Now this song is entitled Round and Round, but a little known fact that the original title, as you can see by her performance, the original title of the song is One Time at Band Camp.
She kind of looks like a European Wicked Witch. Angelina Jolie, Slovenian, in Maleficent. This is her.
If this is a Slovenian version of Angelina Jolie, she just adopted those three singers. See, what I admire about this is they think lip syncing is actually restricted to singing. It's not. This is the original form of lip syncing, flute. You put your lips onto the flute. It's incredibly easy because it requires no movement of the lips, just a wiggling of the hands and a movement of the flute. People say there's a lot of things that are beautiful about Slovenia as a country. This is not one of them. Do you know what? This performance is distinctly German, because if someone asked me to describe German people in general, I would go, you know what? They are about as sexy as a squeeze box, a cello, and a chubby peroxide blonde lady. Germany, answering the question, what would it look like if the Dixie Chicks moved to Hamburg? This girl just wants someone to love her. I do other things other than play the squeeze box.
Can you squeeze my box? No? Okay.
You know in Toy Story when they close the door and the toys all come to life and start dancing? I feel like this is what happens when a restaurant closes and all the waiters suddenly come from out the back and be like, hey, hand me the banjo. This is the thing, you can't have lyrics that make no sense. If Eurovision lyrics were actually a message that you were telling your loved one, this is essentially how it would go. Honey, I like pancakes, bought you a vase, go cut an apple, want to be with you. This is actually interesting. The best thing about Switzerland's performance is it's the rare triple sync. The triple sync where you drum sync, so you don't actually drum, you don't actually whistle, and you don't actually play the violin with your other hand at the same time. People say that guys can't do two things at once, but they cannot do three things at once.
Oh, I love it. That's from Gasp. Anybody watching that outfit? Gasp.
I've got to say, it's kind of disappointing that these guys are the second country performing who actually look more Greek than Greece. I think that's why they sing in English, because if you rock up and you actually assign to the wrong country, they're like, oh, I'm ready to sing for Russia. No, I'm sorry, Olga, tonight you're actually singing for Sweden. That is okay. I will be singing in English, and no one will know.
It doesn't matter. I reckon Australia could have a Eurovision just within Australia.
I think so.
Or a suburb vision.
A suburb vision?
How good would that shit be?
What would Aussie...
Warren Diet would rap.
Dandy Dong would not rock up but still ask to be paid. And Fitzroy would rock up but only perform outside the stadium and not for points, but for cash to raise awareness for climate change. See, this is part of the reason why Italy's had a financial crisis, because in Italy, this is what a high-vis vest looks like. It's worth $75,000, and I just saw her underwear.
Yeah, crotch shot.
I did see a little bit of her underwear, but I didn't see her naples. I'm just going to put it out there. Thus far, about a minute and a half into this song, Sweden is really showing that the choreographer for this performance was not working 5-hour days. Yeah, so here's what we're going to do, yeah? So we are going to, and this is a really bad Swedish accent.
Yeah, I was going to say that's really bad.
So here's what we're going to do, Lars. We're going to get her up on the stage, and you're going to stand, put your hand out a bit, yeah? Point to the crowd. Put your hand up a little bit like a jumping jack and bend your knees. Okay, I'm going home. Send a check in the mail. Alright, so last, and most certainly least, the UK. Realistically, how could this girl go wrong? She's following acts like Blue and Engelbert Humperdinck. You're following, essentially, a colour and a man whose name suggests that he's a character in Fireman Sam.
How would you feel if you were from the UK, knowing that so many good artists have come out of it, and all you got was, you... Well, I'm trying to do a UK accent.
Oi, Scouser.
Oh, you're very good, but listen, I can see you. Forget all your music awards. Forget being the next Rihanna. I see you, mate. You know where I see you? Where do you see me? I see you on bloody Eurovision. The UK, mate. Up on that stage, up in bloody Copenhagen. Just copping the Megans and making a name for yourself. You see it? Do you see me vision? Oh, yeah, all right, governor. I'll give it a go.
I feel like they just walk into the room and go, excuse me, can I ask you a question? Do you like singing? Yeah, I love singing. Love it. All right, do you like singing in front of a lot of people once for no points and never again in your life? Yeah, I love it. Well, we've got the thing for you. Here's your microphone, here's your ticket to Copenhagen, and you are going to have less fur on your shoulders than the representative from Austria is going to have on her face.
And that's all from us, guys. Thanks for joining us in our Eurovision, and we will be seeing you again next year in Austria.
And make sure that you pack away your Gillette razors and instead hold on to your beard combs, because it's going to be a big year at Eurovision Austria 2015.
Edelweiss, Edelweiss. See you then.
Bye.